Hello friends, in this video I will show you the proxy module of Burp Suite. In my previous videos I have already installed this Foxy Proxy tool, and also I have shown you how to configure Burp Suite for Foxy Proxy. So now we'll start today about this proxy module. See, the proxy tab is the heart of Burp Suite. Inside the proxy tab, there are 4 sections: intercept, HTTP history, WebSocket history, and options. Let's go to Burp Suite and see this. This is our proxy tab. Inside this proxy module, there are 4 options: intercept, HTTP history, WebSocket history, and options. Okay, next. This proxy tab gives us all the HTTP requests that has been intercepted by this Burp proxy. You can even modify, customize different parameters and see the response. We can also modify the response and forward it to the browser. So for starting this, we have to click the intercept button and make sure that it is on, and then we open our browser, Firefox browser, and type anything, say google.com or any website, say Facebook, Google, or anything. Then immediately we will be taken to the intercept page where each and every detail of this HTTP request can be seen or captured. No matter whatever you click on the web page, that request will be intercepted and will be displayed on the intercept page of Burp Suite. Now let's see what I have spoken just now. Okay, this is our proxy tab, and then inside the proxy tab we'll go to intercept, and then we'll make it on. Just a minute. This is our browser. So what I told that, suppose I am typing here google.com. Okay, and we have to also make our Burp proxy on. This is our Burp Suite proxy. Okay, then so you are typing here google.com and we have to make it intercept on. So the moment I'll click enter, you can see this request will be captured by this Burp proxy. See, this is the request that has been captured, and our actual request has not been sent to the Google server, rather it has been captured here. See, it has been captured here. So you can see all the HTTP headers corresponding to this request. Now we can forward the request or drop the request. Suppose if I drop the request will be dropped here and it will not be sent to the server. Say if I click drop here, so request will be dropped, and you can see in this window nothing will come. Drop, see, and a request was dropped by the user. This request has not even reached the server and has been dropped. Now again, what I'll do, I'll again type here, say google.com, and take the intercept on, and enter. Again the same thing. Now what I'll do, now I'll not drop the request, now I'll forward the request. Now you can see that the request will be sent to the server of the google.com, and you can see a response in our browser. Forward it, intercept off, and just see. Now you can see the web page. This is the response from the server of the Google. Okay. Okay. Now what I told you, I have also told you that you can customize any part of the request and then click the forward button to see the response from the server on the basis of that modification. Moreover, by clicking the drop button, the same request came out that we have seen just now. So these things I'll show you with our DWV application. Now in one I'll show you how to install DWV application. It is called DAM Vulnerable Web Application. It is a pen testing lab, because see, whenever we are doing some pen testing or ethical hacking, we need a lab. We need a lab where you can practice all our this ethical hacking or pen testing tools. So you can't simply test in our other websites. It's simply illegal. So what we are doing? We are creating a lab, and in that lab we'll be testing all our vulnerabilities. So DWVA is called DAM Vulnerable Web Application. It is a one such lab where a server or website will be installed, which consists of all sort of vulnerabilities, so that you can test each and everything one by one. I've already installed it, and you can see the installation process in Google or YouTube or in or I may also post on video regarding the installation. Okay, I've already installed it. Let's see how it works. For that, you have to make one small modification. After installation, you have to go to this preferences. You have to type here about config, accept, then you have to click here network proxy. This network proxy allow hijacking localhost. You have to make it true. By default it is false. You have to make it true. If you make it true, then only whatever website is hosted in your localhost, that will also be captured by burp suite. Otherwise it will not be captured. So make sure that it is true. Okay, now close it, and okay, now we'll open our this website 127.0.0.1. DAM no application. Enter. Sorry, I think just a minute. Oh, sorry, before that you need to start your MySQL and Apache server, otherwise it will not work. So command is service Apache to start and service MySQL start. So it will start by Apache MySQL server. You can also check the status whether it is actually working or not. So from service MySQL status is running. Status, my Apache server is also running, my MySQL server is also running. Okay, finish. Now again we'll go to our this browser and type this. Now this is our DVA website, which is hosted in our localhost. And now we'll be trying to hijack everything what we are clicking here, and that thing will be captured in our burp suite proxy. So what I'll do, I'll make it small so that I can show you what's happening. So I'll start from login. Okay, I'll say the password is admin, username admin, password is password. I'll click it on. The moment I click login, that request will not be going, but rather it will be captured. Just see the request. This is in buffering mode, and on the way this request has been captured. Just see, this is the post request, login.php, user agent, all the details about the headers are shown here. Username is admin, password is admin. So the moment I click forward, this request will be sent to the server, and we can see a response in our window. Just see, we forward it, intercept off, and now we can see a response. This is the response in the browser. Now what I'll do, I'll show you that I told you that we can also modify the request and see what is the response. Okay, let's do it. Let's click here burp suite. Okay, again what I'll do, I'll try to log in and see what happens. Just on, make it login. See the same thing. This login request has been captured. You can say username, password, and so everything. Now what I'll do, I'll modify the response and then send it to the browser. So what I'll do, I'll go here, do intercept response to the request, okay, and then I'll forward it. Now it will show the response to this request. Nothing will come here. See, nothing will come here. It will still be in buffering mode. But prior to that, I can see the response because I've gone to this this tab, do intercept, respond to the request, and then I'll click forward. See, now this is the response to the request. This will be the response to this request, but I'll show you now. See, this is the response. It is in raw format. It is a pretty good format. The two different formats. This is a nice style. If you click the raw format, you will get normal unjustified format. Okay. Now, these are just the commands of the response web page. Now, if you click render button, what I will show you, it will show you a complete nice web page of the response. Just wait a moment. This is the response. Maximize it. This is the response we'll get after we click the login button. See, vulnerability brute force. Welcome to the password protected area. So this will be the response when you will click the login button. Now what I told you, we can even modify the request and see the response. So if I modify the request, see, suppose I modify something, any part of the request, say say not this one, I'll modify something else. Let's say I modify this header, vulnerable brute force. I'll say here, say welcome user. Okay, and now what I'll do, I'll forward the request. Now see what will happen for the request. See, I modify the request and then send it to forward user and just see what happened. And the entire thing changed. It was mentioned as vulnerability. I have changed it to welcome user. Now this is the response the user is getting instead of what he should have got. Okay, I hope it is clear. Now let's move on to our next off. So you're adjusting all these things. Now there is an open browser in this new version of this Burp Suite, which is the internal browser of Burp Suite, where you can do all sort of things without modifying anything. It is also all sort of certificates and all, everything is inbuilt. So it is also an option. You can try this option also if you don't want to use Mozilla Firefox. See, this is the inbuilt browser of Burp Suite. You can also this browser, or you can use an external browser where you have to install some proxy or for Foxy proxy for doing all sort of things. If you click this browser, you will get one browser of Burp Suite. This is the internal browser where also you can do, suppose you can type anything, say say facebook.com. It will work. See, same thing, it will work with this on and this one. See, this is a Facebook request and the entire request has been captured. Okay, this I have shown you with this internet browser. Okay, that's it. it off. I'll just close it. Okay, next. There is an intercept panel in the extreme right side which gives you details about different parameters in that request, such as headers, cookies, etc. Let's see. Let's again just do one thing. Again, just click login. Okay. I told you that there is some panel in the extreme right corner which gives you all details about headers and all, like what headers are there, login, cookies, request headers, what headers are host header, user agent, accept language. It gives you all the details about the headers of this request. Okay, that's it. Drop it. Next. Now we'll see the history tab. The HTTP history tab displays all the requests and the responses that have passed through Burpsuite. So we can get a list of all our previous requests, but sometimes it becomes a bit confusing to find out a particular request out of all those numerous requests. In that case, we can send some domain request to a scope and then view only requests related to that domain. Don't worry, I'll show you what I've said just now. See, in Burpsuite there is a history tab. In the history tab, you can see all our previous requests. See what we have done till now. See DW web application, then say Google, or say this one Google. Say like to do one thing, do one more search, so that I can show you. Say intercept. I'll do one more search. Close it. Say Twitter, or say Twitter.com. So now off. I'll go to HTTP history. Now you can see all the previous requests and the responses. Okay. So in this target window, so just wait a minute. Here you can also see the request and the response to the request, so which makes us check. So what was the request and what was the response if you want to check history. So, but there are so many things now, you might get confused. So what I do, suppose I want a request only from a particular domain. So what I'll do, I'll go to target, say I want only request from this domain. Then I'll click here, I'll go add to scope. Okay, then I'll go to my proxy tab, and now in history, see everything is showing all the requests that has been sent from my browser. But now what I'll do, I'll want to check only the request that is in the scope. Now see, only request from 127.0.0.1 or from this domain only it is being shown, and all the rest of the requests are not being shown. So it becomes helpful for us to see requests from only a particular domain, just to make it simple and easy. Okay, see. Okay, next. The next option is WebSockets history tab. Displays only about WebSocket traffic and nothing else. This is nothing, just if you are using some WebSocket technology, then it will be shown, otherwise it will not be shown. See, here it is not coming. Okay, next, let's move on. There is one options tab. The options tab mainly displays out proxy listeners, intercept client requests, and response options. We can add proxy listening at this port, which I've already done, and you can also add other listeners or modify port numbers for listener. The intercept client request and response options contain some checkboxes that display rules about the type of traffic to be intercepted. Like I'll show you it. proxy, then goes to options. See, there are all sort of things: proxy listeners, intercept client requests, intercept client servers. All lot of things are done, which I'll show you in due course of time if required. Now, only I'll show you one more thing. In this proxy options only, you can set your this proxy. Like by default, it is 127.0.0.1 port number 8080. You can, if required, you can also modify it. You can click the edit tab, or you can just double click it. You can just double click it to modify. We can also change this IP address. This is my local IP address. You can also give it this IP address. You can also change the port number. Say I make it 9000 like that. But these things, but if you're making it 9000, the same thing change you have to make it here. Otherwise, it will not work. Okay. So let make it 880 as it was. Okay. Now there are other sort of options which you'll get to know in due course of time. One more thing I'll show you. In miscellaneous tab, there is a option called surpass bub error windows message. If we make these changes in a browser, then we'll not get this bub error message, and it will not reveal that we are using bug proxy for intercepting the traffic. See, I'll show you. Suppose what we're doing. Suppose suppose you type enter anything. Okay. Now if I drop the request, what I'll do? If I drop the request, generally what happens? If I drop the request, nothing comes here. It shows that request was dropped by the user, and it gives some indication that the hacker or whoever is using burp suite to intercept the traffic. So just to remove these things, what I'll do? We can do one thing. We can go to options tab. We can go to miscellaneous, and we can check this checkbox, surpass bub error message in browser. If we check it, then this error message will not come, and the user will not be able to know whether the traffic has been intercepted or not by any proxy server. Now now again let's do it. Go to our intercept. Just type say google.com. Okay. Wait. Make it on, and then again type google.com. So drop the request. See, now if you drop the request, let me drop everything. These are all the previous requests I'm dropping it. Now see, secure connection failed. I'll show you. I'll say type twitter.com. See, okay. Drop the request. Now what comes? Nothing comes. I'm dropping everything. Okay, I'll show you in a new window. I'll show you in a new window. Say google.com, and it is on. Enter. So this is the request of this for this google.com. Now if I drop it, what will come here? I'll not get this bub error, other I'll get some secure connection failed error. Let me drop it, drop everything. Just see, secure connection failed error I'm getting. Sometimes you need to drop some multiple requests based on the connection of the server. So this is the error message, anyone not getting the bub suite error. So friends, we have come to an end of this lecture, and in my next video I'll post some information regarding some other tools of this burp suite module, like intruder or repeater, and so many tools are there. I'll show you. one by one, each of them. So for the time being, thank you. Have a nice day ahead.